Welcome into this episode of Game Tape with Tony. As always, I'm your host, Tony Ferrari for Elite Prospects. This week, I'm pleased to be joined by London Knights defenseman Sam Dickinson. How you doing this week, Sam?
Doing really good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. It's going to be exciting to get to know you and break down some tape. But let's start with the start of your season. You started playing at the Hlinka this summer. You won gold. What was that experience like for you?
It was an unbelievable experience. Anytime you kind of get to, represent your country and, play for Team Canada is an absolute honor. And, in addition to that, being able to, be an assistant captain was, a huge honor as well. Kind of winning the gold was just, the cherry on top to all of it. Meeting a bunch of great guys that, you don't get to see very often from different leagues and playing on the same team as guys that you're normally playing against is really fun. And, yeah, it's just anytime you get to play for Team Canada, especially when a gold medal is a huge honor and, something that was really exciting for me and our whole team.
Now, playing at these short tournaments, whether it's the Hlinka Gretzky now or the World Juniors, like I'm sure you'll do in a couple of years, what is the kind of adaptation you have to make? It's not always the easiest thing. You don't play with the same teammates. You're getting used to a new coaching system. Is it just letting instincts take over, or what's going on there to make it a little bit easier on yourself?
I think, yeah, just kind of letting instincts kick in. Obviously, if you're going there, you're playing with a bunch of really good elite players. So I think it's just understanding the kind of game you play and just kind of sticking with it. Obviously there's four lines and six defensemen of guys who can all use the top line minutes and that kind of stuff. So it's not having clashing personalities and just kind of enjoying everything that's happening and being there for a good time.
Now, London's as professional an organization there is in junior hockey. They run like a mini NHL team. I think that's even their bio on Twitter at this point. What is it like playing in that system? Because obviously, from ownership right down to the coaching staff and the players, there is a brand of London Knights hockey. So, what is London Knights hockey in your mind?
It's like you said, it's the closest thing you're getting to professional hockey. Obviously the coaching, the management, the front office, everything about it is professional, and it's the best junior hockey spot to play. Around. Obviously, with Dale and Mark, and the success they've had, and obviously the careers they had previously. They know what it takes to get to the next level, and they know how you have to act and how you have to play as well. So the things that you learn from them are something that you don't get many other places, and they prioritize winning and development over everything. And I think that's kind of what draws a lot of players to it is, obviously they've got the reputation of, success and winning. And then also the development of players that they have there is just, that second piece that really, makes them the best.
Now, you guys went to the OHL final last year. Unfortunately, didn't take the win. But what did you take from that experience where, as a rookie, you were playing huge minutes, which isn't always the most common thing in London?
Yeah, it was, we had such an incredible team last year with, guys, young and old. We really meshed together really well and, became a team. Obviously, making it to the finals and, having the role that I did as a 16-year-old is something that obviously, like you said, doesn't come very often. But obviously, with that, it's you learn things pretty quickly, and you get to pick up on a lot of things from older guys that a lot of guys it takes maybe till they're 18 or 19 to learn, and to be 16 for me was huge. Obviously, I think the first one's obviously taking advantage of opportunities, and I think our team did that well last year. Obviously, it's really tough to make it to the finals, and for our team to have a lot of younger guys play big impacts on our team. With Denver Bark, Easton Cowan, Oliver Bonk, guys like that. It just kind of propels our team into this year, kind of lights a fire under us, with the season we've been having, and kind of just pushes us to, want to win that championship even more this year and even next year as well.
Now, you've played for the Hlinka Gretzky team for Team Canada. You've played for London for a couple of years now, and you've even been to the top prospects game. Who's been the toughest opponent to play up against across your experience in hockey?
That's a pretty good one. There's obviously, a lot of really good players I've gone up against, but I think the number one would have to be probably Brant Clark. Going up against him last year was, a really tough task. Wasn't on the ice much against him, leaving that to a couple other guys to take care of. But the things that he could do on the ice were really unbelievable. The way he saw the ice and could move around the ice was something like I've never seen before. And obviously, I've tried to take a couple things that he does unbelievably well, and even try to add them into my game a bit.
Now it's your NHL draft year, and obviously you're looking ahead to the NHL. Is there a guy that you try to model your game after a little bit?
Yeah, I think for me, the first guy that I've tried to take a bit of a modeling to after this year has been Miro Heiskanen. I think the way that he plays the game is really controlling. We're a pretty similar size, and I think the big thing for him is the way that he can move around the ice. He's such a good skater, and I think that's a strong suit of mine as well. So the way that he can move around the ice and the way that he thinks the game is, top tier and one of the best in the NHL, and obviously a guy who eats a lot of minutes and can shut down other teams' top players, but at the same time, a big point producing guy, and can help offensively get some points as well.
Now, every kid has a favorite NHLer growing up, or somebody that they root for a ton, a favorite team. Who's an NHL player you're excited to line up against when you do get to the NHL in a few years?
I think the first guy for me would probably be a guy like Sidney Crosby. Being a defenseman, he's a guy that you're obviously a guy you never want to go against, but I think he's just kind of been the face of the NHL for a while now. So if I ever had the chance to play against him, I think it would be really unbelievable and a really cool experience.
Yeah, it's a dream for every Canadian kid, especially after that 2010 uh, Olympic gold medal winning goal. It's kind of something you always want to play up against Crosby, eh?
Exactly. Yeah, just kind of a Canadian legend.
All right, let's jump into some of the game tape we've got for you here. So this first clip I have for you, it starts off with you guys breaking into the offensive zone. The puck gets deep, and then you end up pinching in. The puck gets behind you, goes the other way, but then you show off that skating ability that we talk about. You get back into the play, and you generate speed through crossovers as you come whipping through the zone here. Get a great chance in the offensive zone. Can you talk me through a play like this and what you're thinking is if initially when you first pinch and then when you get back and make a great play that obviously results in a goal?
Yeah, I think early here is obviously, that puck gets low. So, when they kind of make that first rim here is having a guy kind of on his back there. It's, an opportunity for the system we play for me to come down and pinch, knowing that I've got forward support and my other defenseman back as well. When I see them going for a change here and I get the opportunity to kind of pick up speed and take that center role, it's an opportunity that I've been trying to take a little bit more advantage of. And then kind of coming down the ice here, I know that I'm kind of on my own a bit. So kind of when I get this puck here is and just kind of trying to pick up speed and obviously I got the rider there driving the net hard and then kind of creates that lane for me to cut across and then kind of just put one on there, try to go back far side and beat the goalie, obviously.
Now, one of the things I've noticed about your game this year in comparison to last year's, you're much more assertive with the puck on your stick. You're much more willing to skate with it a little bit more and make end-to-end plays like this. What's gone into that aspect of your game this year?
Yeah, I think just kind of being a little more offensive is something that I worked on through the offseason and wanted to kind of add to my game this season. Obviously, it's been pretty successful for me so far. But I think, that's kind of a one way for me to kind of just start to create offense is leading the rush a bit and making sure that I'm getting up in the play to, create odd man rushes and create chances for myself.
It's been fun watching you this year and doing stuff like that. Let's jump to this next clip I have for you here. It's a really nice play on the penalty kill. Right as the power play comes to an end, you make a great play to recover the puck and then fire it up ice with a great stretch pass. What goes into this aspect of your game? Because that stretch pass has long been a part of your game, but you've really refined it this year.
Yeah, I'd say obviously I think passing is one of the strengths of my game. I think I see the ice really well, and this was just kind of an example of it. With the PK kind of ending here, and they're kind of stuck at the line with McHugh there making a great play, kind of to slow him down at the line there. I got a chance to kind of step up and kind of end that play as they're trying to get in, and then seeing them go for a change. I know that we're going to have guys kind of stretching up ice to create odd man rushes and kind of get a chance against here. So it's just kind of getting that puck, getting my head up right away, seeing an option kind of going there. Obviously, right after Q makes that play defensively, he's rushing up ice, and then really just a great play here by the two forwards to bury this one.
Now, the penalty kill is obviously a big part of your game. It's something that you've developed over the last couple of years. What has gone into that aspect of your game, just becoming a better penalty killer and a better defensive player overall?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, defense is number one thing for a defenseman. So obviously, it's something that I've really tried to refine and make the biggest strong suit of my game. And obviously, penalty killing is the biggest part of defense. So obviously, we've got a pretty good PK this year in London, and obviously, it's something that I'm always trying to work on. And then obviously, when you get chances like that to kind of break that puck out quick on the PK, when our PK is a little more aggressive, trying to make play or force them to make plays, and then when we get the chance, kind of get that puck up ice and create opportunities for ourselves. But I think the big thing is on the PK is just kind of making the right reads and trusting other guys to have your back if something goes wrong, and also being there to help other guys when they get beat or a play comes through. Just kind of being ready for everything at all times.
Now, one of the things about defense is that it doesn't always go perfectly fine. So let's look at this clip here where initially there's a little bit of a miscue defensively. The puck gets a little bit behind you, but then get by you, but then you're able to kind of make a nice play. And then again, a great stretch pass up the ice. How important is it for you to be able to instantly kind of put that little defensive mistake or that extra little slide where you do get beat a little bit behind you and get right back on the puck and start making plays again?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, not every play is going to be perfect, and you're going to get beaten games. So it's kind of just having that sort of goldfish mentality and kind of remembering it, but also forgetting it at the same time. Obviously, here I'm trying to go low and force him to come up the ice a bit, not kind of just get his angle right to the net. And Barks is in a good spot there to force not a great shot in his backhand, and then that puck kind of springs to the corner there. It's the end of a PK, and obviously, again, I know our guys are going to be rushing up ice to create those odd man rushes. And then here it's just on the pass, just kind of one of those plays where I'm just trying to get that puck up ice as quick as possible. Obviously, I see Cowan flying through there to create that 2-on-1. And then again, it's just, our forwards all year have been so good converting, and just kind of getting them the puck is, trusting them to make a play like that.
Now, you've played with Easton Cowan, Oliver Bonk, Denver Barkey, a number of guys who've all been drafted in the NHL, even guy that comes in this year like Casper Heltonen. How important is it for you to be able to lean on these guys? And have you been annoying in their ear yet? Or are they starting to get tired of the questions? Or how much do you got going on with those guys?
Yeah, it's huge to have guys like that, drafted really high, and even all the guys we've got drafted on our team is, really beneficial to myself. Obviously, I try to, I think they might be getting annoyed with the questions that I ask, but the support that they've had for me has been unbelievable, and they're always super willing to help me out and answer questions that I've got. And even guys last year, obviously, I was kind of just sitting in and listening to what guys had to say about their experiences at camp and kind of their draft experiences, and to go through it myself now, it's really huge to have guys like that who you can lean on and have there to help.
All right, let's look at this last clip I have for you here. It's a nice play in the defense, nice play in the defensive zone where you're able to kind of eventually work the puck free off the wall. You make a great play to kind of sneak by the defender at the point here, and you rush up ice and make a nice play. What goes into knowing when to take this risk and when to pinch on that play on that defender up high, and then obviously great pass for the assist.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's a man-on-man coverage here, so kind of just keeping with my guy, making sure I know where he is and where everybody else is on the ice at the same time. And then when I see this puck come up, obviously, kind of is a fumbling puck. He's got to kick it up to his stick there. So it's kind of just understanding that he's going to be under pressure here. He's got his back turned to me, so it's going to be a harder play for him to read. I think originally here I'm going to take the body here, but once I see that puck sort of fumble around there, and I get the opportunity to get a stick on that to push it through to create another odd man rush here. And again, just kind of faking out the goalie there, waiting him out, seeing the options that I get here, and then again, it's just a great play there by Barks to find that open space and kind of stick in front of the net, and again, just kind of makes me look good and gets the puck in the back of the net there for me for an early lead there as well.
Now, we mentioned that defensively, you've made a lot of improvements this year. Offensively, you've gained confidence. What is so important about blending those two aspects and being a true two-way modern day defender?
Yeah, I think it's kind of the new style defenseman in the NHL. Obviously, defense and being able to shut everything down, but also being able to move that puck up ice quick and have a good transition game, so you can kind of create odd man rushes and create chances for the forwards in your team to score some goals. So I think when you look at a lot of the top defensemen in the league, they're defensively very sound, and then can get that puck up ice quick and creating opportunities. With kind of the way a lot of teams play is defensemen are kind of all over the ice now, offensively, defensively. It's kind of a little bit more of a rover at times, and just knowing when to shut down on defense, and then when your chances come on offense, being able to bury and capitalize on those as well.
All right, I've got two more hockey questions for you here before we rapid fire some personality stuff. First one is, how much attention do you actually pay to draft coverage, the rankings and all that stuff that come out?
It's not something that I focus on very much. It's one of those things where it's obviously a big year for myself, but I'm kind of just focused on the team and winning as many games as possible, and obviously that OHL championship and Memorial Cup are kind of, the two things on the burner right now to focus on for our team. So I mean, that draft stuff's kind of just kind of thrown to the back, and something that you're not really looking forward to or to look at very much.
All right. So when you talk to NHL teams, I'm sure you've already done so a little bit already, but when you continue talking to them throughout the rest of the year and they ask you, why should we draft you? What's your answer going to be?
I think it's just for me. It's the way that I play the game. I think I'm a really complete player. Obviously, my defensive game is, I'd say one of the biggest strong suit of my game, being able to shut down other guys. And then offensively and transitionally, I can get that puck up ice quick and, be able to create chances and produce points as well. Obviously, I think, for the size that I am and the way that I skate, it's, a combination that you don't find very often. So I think that that's another thing that, is a thing that can separate me from a lot of other players. And, I'm just a guy that wants to win at all costs.
All right. Now let's get away from hockey and start with this. If you could participate in any Olympic sport other than hockey, which one would it be?
I'd probably have to go with like 100-meter dash or something. I did that growing up, so I guess that would be pretty cool to be pretty good at.
All right. If you had any superpower, which one would it be?
Probably got to go with flight. That'd be a pretty cool one.
Yeah, flight's a good one. What's your favorite cheat meal?
Um, Big on breakfast, so probably French toast or pancakes.
That's fair. I'm a big French toast guy myself, so I appreciate
Yeah.
that answer. If you could have dinner with any three people dead or alive, who would they be?
Um, First one would probably be Wayne Gretzky. Just kind of you want to hear about some of the hockey stuff. Number two would probably be Phil Mickelson. Me and my dad's favorite golfer. So just another pretty cool guy to be able to sit down with. And number three, maybe Paul Bissonnette. Just kind of like listen to his podcast. So just another guy that kind of think be pretty funny to sit down and have a dinner with.
Now, what's kind of the music that you listen to on a regular basis? What songs are on the playlist?
I'm kind of all over the place with the music I listen to. It kind of depends on the mood I'm in. But typically it's a lot of country music or rap. One or the others typically on for me at all times.
Now, do you have a guilty pleasure song, something that maybe you only bust out when the karaoke comes on, or you don't play around the boys because it's just your song to listen to in the car?
I'd say recently it's been Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. Just great song. I'll even turn it on in front of a couple of the boys, or if I'm in the car with some of the guys, I'll just kind of turn it on, and I think everybody kind of enjoys it. So it's fun when a couple of guys get to singing it with me as well.
Yeah, it's a classic. So let's get out of here with this. Do you have any movie or book or TV show recommendations for us?
Um, I think my favorite TV show is Peaky Blinders. So if you haven't watched that one, I'd suggest you get on it pretty quick.
All right, Sam, I really appreciate you doing this. Good luck the rest of the way, and thank you again.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this.